We are back out here this morning. It's a cold one today, and we are going to get the driveway torn out of here today, and then the concrete guys will be over here to form it up either later today or tomorrow, and the plan is to pour tomorrow. So I've got the Beak with me today, and I've got 2 dump trucks, so we're gonna get this going. I'm just getting started here with the Beak, and getting started on the edge is always the hardest part with this attachment. The reason is you need to get under it and start to lift up those big slabs. And so you can see here what's happening is the concrete's breaking into smaller chunks, and the small pieces don't play well to the strengths of the Beak. The Beak really outperforms everything else when it can pick up large slabs. And so just getting started with it can be kind of time consuming, and so Ronald, you see Ronald standing there just hanging out waiting for me, and so he's always a good one to have on the job. I also have Jared with me today. Jared's driving the dump trucks, and so we're working on getting this thing torn out today.
truck?
Probably White Street.
Okay.
How far away is that?
How far is White Street? Here?
I mean, not White Street.
White Street landfill?
Yeah, White Street's where you've been taking it, right?
I've never taken one of your loads there.
Not White Street, that's the landfill. The wonderful recycling place is Market Street. Right? Jared's got the first load off to recycling, so he's taking it over to the concrete crusher place. And I'm gonna bring the other truck over and start loading it while Jared goes. Almost, you almost need to search for the bucket for this little tiny crap.
Yeah.
All right, I think I hear a truck. Yep, Jared's back with the first load and we're ready over here. Ronald's out there spotting the front end there for him. That's probably good right there, yeah. All right, we loaded that truck up and Jared's on his way. So the other dump truck, which is over there, is still full. So Ronald and I are just gonna be hanging out again. We were right in the middle of the road there, so Ronald was directing traffic and Jared was in the truck with the hazards on. So I think it worked out pretty well. Okay, we got the driveway torn out and we've got everything caution taped and coned off, so we should be good. And this was a little bit wet in here, so it's really, really windy today. So that'll give that a chance to dry out a little bit. And we'll be back out here hopefully tomorrow. The concrete guys will be, to get everything, get all our forming and finish grading done. We're gonna widen the driveway a little bit, so I took this square of sidewalk out, so we'll just put that back wherever it's gonna be. But yeah, look at that wind. It's looking pretty good. We are back out here this morning. I've got a concrete crew here and we're gonna be working on getting this driveway in today. So I've got my F650 here. We're gonna take some of this dirt out of here, load it up in the truck, and I'm gonna head it back to my house. And then I've got to get a load of sand rock or crusher run. curb piece right here might go pretty deep. So this is cut stone here, not poured. Sometimes they go really, really deep. Like 2 foot? I hope not. Woo, look at that. I'm over here at the concrete plant. Brian's hooking me up with some crushed concrete. So that's what I'm working on right now. Woo, that's a big loader. If you remember from the previous installments of this project, we are going to be using the driveway itself as part of the drainage solution. And so it's really, really important that we get this edge of the driveway built up. And so it needs to slope back away from the house. And that'll catch all the water from uphill and send it down the driveway instead of sending it into the house. The guys are checking the depth at all the different stakes here. So we're going for 4 inches. A little bit less than 4 is fine because when we compact it, it'll go down a little bit. Ray just called and he said he's leaving the plant right now, so we're just waiting. But the guys have got everything formed up really nicely. And I wanted to show you, if you look at it, you can really see it from here, but you can see how we're sloping this way. And so that's going to be critical because we have a ton of water coming from the whole neighborhood uphill. And so any water that lands on this driveway will be shot that way and then down the driveway. So this driveway is going to be a big portion of getting the water out of the basement on his house here. So we're just waiting for concrete. All right, the concrete just arrived. We got Ray today, so we'll talk to him in a sec.
Hey, Sean.
How's it going, buddy?
Tell Mateo this concrete is wet.
He wants it dry.
Oh, it's terrible wet.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
We might have to send it back.
Hey, I took a one-way road to get here. There ain't no going back.
Uh-oh. All right, we got 2 buggies here. We're about to get started. They had a few big chunks in there, so Ray's gonna mix it up a little bit. I thought you said it was wet. The first truck is on the ground and Ray is getting cleaned up, and he's also cleaning up the first buggy. So my buggy will be next. And the guys are getting that last little bit screeded and floated. All right, Ray's out of here. Okay, the first truck is on the ground. That's about 11 yards, and we're waiting for the second truck to arrive. So hopefully it's on the way and we won't have to wait too long. While we were waiting, I noticed this young mockingbird, and he was up here practicing his song. Usually these guys will perch in the most conspicuous spot possible and just scream their song. And you know these guys because they repeat their song 3 times before changing to a new song, 3 or more times before changing to a new song. Gray catbirds they only repeat twice. But you can also see that he was attracted to the disturbance that we were doing in the soil here. These guys are carnivores, and so he was looking for any insects or other arthropods that might have been displaced by our activities. All right, Ray just showed up with our second truck. All right, we're close enough now that Ray wants to use the chute instead of the buggy. So we're gonna see if we're gonna have enough on this last truck. What's that, Ray? Ah, you doubt it? Man.
It's gonna be like 3/4.
Whatever you guys think. Ray is out of concrete. He had that truck loaded with a full 11 yards and it just barely came up short. Okay, the second truck is on the ground and Ray's out of here. So look what happened. We got about a wheelbarrow's worth short here. So we have a third truck on the way. And the guys are just floating everything, getting that cream worked up. All right, he just had to back out of there, but there he goes. And there's our next little bit. All right, they had to send a whole third truck. Well, not a whole one, but a third truck for that little bit.
¿Cómo así? Estás diciendo dale 11, dale 11. Dale 11, no lo cambian. ¿Cómo está ahí? Haciendo la orilla. Véngase de aquí para allá. Oh, no, wait. I got it. I got it.
You got it. You got it. That it? These guys pull the form boards on the same day. Okay, we are finished with this pour. So the concrete guys have got all their form boards pulled off. We've got it roped off and everything's looking really, really good. So they'll be over here tomorrow to cut a couple more joints, but most of the joints we pushed in. And then the homeowner's gonna have an addition made out here, so it should be pretty much level right here. So that'll be starting in about a month, I think. We are back out here. It is the next week and we're gonna get some finish grading done, seed and straw. The concrete guys came, I guess, a couple days ago and sawed a cut down the middle of it. They did push in most of these joints, but then they did a full cut all along the center, so it looks really good. So we're gonna do our finish grading along the edge here and probably a little bit here and get that done and seeded and strawed today. Those full tires roll pretty good.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, whatever you think's gonna work.
Oh, let's bring out the one right here. About 46 inches. That's gonna throw it more out.
Over on this side of the garage, we caught the neighbor's gutter, and then we got this gutter just going around here, and Ronald just got this pipe back together. So that'll just discharge onto the driveway, and that water will be out of here. Yeah, just a little bit. And then just hit the neighbors.
Okay.
And we'll throw out the straw and call it good. Okay, we are finished with this job. So the driveway's all done. We got all our finish grading finished up. He's having an addition built pretty much like from right there out. And so we'll be doing a little bit more drainage work with that addition, and then a bunch more grading out here. So if you look, we have quite a drop off right here yet. And let me walk down here and show you. So it was really imperative that the driveway slopes this way. And so if we came down too much here to try to get rid of this hump, it would have been sloping this way, and we couldn't go down too deep here because we have all these trees and a bank. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to bring in a bunch of dirt here and just feather all this out afterwards. But we got pretty much the stuff along the edge right here all feathered out and finish graded. We got this edge filled in and finish graded, and then at the sidewalk there. So things are looking really good out here. The homeowners are really happy with everything. And I guess we'll be back out here after he gets the addition built. And they're supposed to start on that in a couple of weeks. I'm back out here. We just had a massive downpour and it's kind of tapering out a little bit, but I wanted to check on this and see how it was doing. So we have a bunch of water coming in here, and it looks like the grading is working too, because look at all the water flowing through here. Now it looks like it's flowing under the sod still, so this is still settling a little bit, I think. But the homeowners have said things are going pretty well over here, and he is still working on getting his addition done. So I wanted to check on that. Oh yeah, so they've done a bunch over here as well. So, and let's check. It just stopped pouring. And so the driveway is doing well too, so there shouldn't be any water going over this way. we sloped it this way just a little bit. And then back here, it looks like they're building some stuff back here too. So I'm not sure what they're doing there. But this is all water that was coming from the neighbor there. And look at all the debris that just blew out with that big downpour. So this is all neighbor water that was landing in my customer's backyard with nowhere to go except under his house. And now all we've done, of course with the cooperation of the neighbor, is we caught that gutter and have it going over here. We're also draining a little bit off of his new building here. So yeah, so you can see how nothing's going across here. Once we get down to here, the water is kind of shading a little bit, which is fine because this part was not a problem. And so this driveway is still looking pretty good. So yeah, I guess we'll probably be back over here again after he's finished with the addition. He said they're probably about 3 months out. That water has no way to get out of there. This part over here appears to be working pretty well too. And then take a look over here. All this water used to sheet across here and go that way. And since I built this up so much, look at that, I mean that's built up quite a bit right there. And now the water is just staying on this concrete. So this is doing pretty well. It still needs some time to recover because you can see the water here. It looks like it's coming through the sod. So that hasn't formed a connection yet. And then this thing is working pretty well. We were really worried about having too much water over here, but the homeowner said that it's always done that. The only difference now is the water's coming through the pipes to here, where before it went under the house and then ended up here. So this is definitely working well. The major part of this job is finally finished. So it took me quite a while to get this video done. It was a ton of clips. It was like 250 video clips. And I'm glad to have it finished. Sorry it took me so long. This was definitely a big project. And really getting that basement solved was a big deal. And so he's still in the process of building the addition right now. So he's still got some moisture under there. But we should be back out there. As of right now, I think he's got another month or 6 weeks to go. So part 4 will be coming at some point, but not anytime soon. So getting that driveway correct was a big deal in just alleviating the water, the extra burden of water getting up against that foundation. And so that was a big deal with the water coming from uphill. The whole neighborhood has drainage issues, and so that driveway was a big part of this drainage solution. So this was a really good homeowner to work with. I had a couple things that came up, and weather was a big factor, so very understanding and easy to work with. I've already mentioned both neighbors pretty much said whatever you need, do it. And so we used both neighbors' land and driveways to get this part done. And so this was definitely a really good project, and let me know what you all think about this concrete crew and the results that they gave. All right. Until next time, thanks for watching. Thanks again for watching this concrete part of this job, and let YouTube know that this video is worth watching by hitting the like button. It really helps out the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. So you can support the channel, the links are in the description, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks again.